Before I get started painting today, I want to talk to you about the looking at lit free online book club. Now, free. What else do we need to say? It's free. Book club, looking at lit book club. Uh, the selection for the month of July, which begins in about 2 weeks, is The Artist's Way. It is not literature. So is that literature? Yeah, it's writing. But it's what I am just, we were discussing this book as a path to help us create better literature, for a path to help us create better paintings, as a path to write better music, as a path to make better films, as a path to make better decisions as a judge in the court system, as a path to invent better recipes. It's a way to discover how to discover, really. So it's a path. It's not literature, but I highly recommend it for anyone who wants to be creative. If you just want to sit on the couch and watch TV, I don't think you'll get much out of this. I think you got that mastered. But if you want to move beyond that television and that couch and want to do something else with your life, I highly recommend this book. Now, when I got this book, and it was at least 25 years ago, about 25 years ago, that someone gave me this book and literally saved my life, because I was so depressed and down on myself and down on art, down on anything. I was worse than a couch potato. But she gave me this book, and it absolutely saved my life. And I've talked about that in another post. I'm not going to rehash this. At first I thought, egg, no way, Jose, I don't want to do that. Well, at the time, I believed that the only book that was out was The Artist's Way. Since then, Julia Cameron, this has been such a hit that she has created all kinds of Artist's Way books. Artist's Way to this, Artist's Way to that, Artist's Way to whatever, or Spiritual Way, or whatever. I don't know what it's called. But in the book, she explains everything you need to know. And one of her precepts or concepts is that you need to write morning pages every day. Morning pages. It's on page, I'm sure it's just right, morning pages. It's in the basic tools section of the book, which begins right here on page, of course I can't find the page number. 10, it would be 9, page 9, the basic tools. I guess that's chapter 1, I don't know. Morning pages. And that's the most important thing you need to know about working the Artist's Way routine. It actually has, I think, 12 steps, 12, what she calls 12 weeks, and we'll only talk about this for 4 weeks. So we'll just hit the high ground, and I may continue to talk about it, but we'll move on to another book in August, which is Tuck Everlasting, which indeed is literature. The first line of that book is the first day of August. So anyway, we have to study that. I think that is a fabulous book, written ostensibly for kids, older kids, but in my opinion, it's a great book for every writer to study. For everyone. It's a great book for anyone who wants to read a good book, but it's a good book to study. Somewhere along the way, she produced the Artist's Way workbook, and I have this book. You do not need to buy this book. For one thing, but it does distill. You may want to just look at my website, JackiKellum.com, because I'll hit the highlight of this book. But you know something? If you read this book, how many pages is this? This book has with the index at the back, it has 249 pages. This book has 160 soaking wet, large print. It's just going to hit the highlights. I'll hit some highlights, but if you really want to do a deep dive, I'd say get this book, and not the workbook. If you want to really jump in there and squeal, get both of them. But I will also, for at least for the first 4 weeks, I'll give you enough information that you can work with it without buying either book. But hey, I say get both if you have the money. If you don't, just stay tuned to my blog. Be a part of the Looking at Lit free online book club, and let yourself grow.